Hello and welcome back to Eurovision 365. It's time for another interview, and I'm delighted to say I'm joined by the group that's telling us we are one, but can they be our number one? It's Wild Youth! Woo!
Woo!
Woo! Introduce me and us to you as a group. So who is who?
Connor O'Donnell, and I'm singing on the song.
I am Cal and I play the tubs. Drums.
I'm Ed Porter and I play guitar.
Also, Dave Whelan, who's just actually quite unwell tonight, so he just
he?
joined us in. Yeah.
All right. Well, I do wish Dave the very best, and hopefully he gets better soon. Better to have that now than God forbid, like next week. So thank God he be.
I think he was just
be okay. Grant, tell me about the moment you found out that you, Wild Youth, were going to be in Eurosong 2023.
I had spoken to Michael a couple of months. So basically, I tweeted about it one day. And that kind of it got printed in a news article. And then a couple of people started tagging Michael Keeley and stuff under tweets. Then I reached out to Michael Keeley and then we ended up speaking on the phone. And I was like, you know what? We want to do it. And he was like, that's all good, man. It's still five months until the submission date. And I was like, fuck, okay. So obviously kind of bit my tongue for a while and stopped harassing Michael Keeley. And then obviously we submitted We Are One. And then we were just contacted and told that we were lucky enough to be one of the 6 acts that were going to be on the Late Late Show, which is amazing. And I know some people it's like this idea I think that people have because we have been a band for a while and because we have a fan base that people just think we expect for everything to happen, but we're actually quite nervous. And, as we are for the Eurosong for everything, because, we understand the competition is so high and there's 2,500 songs are entered for the Eurosong, so it's that's a huge honor in itself to be chosen as one of the 6. So it's yeah, we were absolutely thrilled, and we're so happy to be a part of it. And honestly, I would say right now is maybe the happiest we've been as a band. We're kind of really enjoying the moment, and we're having fun. And
yeah,
so excited for it, and the whole idea, and we're meeting new people, and we're just having a great time.
Yeah. What was the motivation behind that? Because it was in June last year. So what was the motivation behind the tweet?
I think my mind works in the most mysterious ways, and just certain things will pop into my mind, and I just get so adamant that that's kind of what we have to do. It's almost like something is planted in my head from the universe, and I'm like, there's just no other way that we can't do it. This is what we have to do. I'm literally ringing all the guys going, it all makes sense. This is it.
The stars of the line.
This was 8 months ago, boy.
yeah. We're still getting the cult.
Yeah, but the funniest thing is I literally just tweeted that, and I think I put my phone back in my chest and just went back to Fair City, not really thinking too much of it.
So you sort of had the idea, and the rest of the lads, they weren't aware of this idea, or is that how it worked?
I can kind of allude to that a little bit.
Okay.
For the last 5 years of Wild Youth's career, I've found out what's happening next via Connor's Twitter page. if something was coming up, whether a song was being released or a gig, I'd be like, Connor's page before I find out anywhere else.
Your song is a great one, and it's been released on Friday the 27th of January. Can you tell me a little bit about the story of the song, how it came to be?
Me and Connor were in Stockholm. We went over on a little writing session, let's say. So we had a number of sessions set up, and the second to final one was with a guy named Jürgen Elofsson, who is a massive songwriter who's worked with Britney Spears, Kelly Clarkson, amongst, I'm probably missing a few, but he's written some mega hits, including the song from the Eurovision film that Demi Lovato sang.
Right.
He wrote that song.
Wow. Okay.
So
Sweet.
we got into a room, and it was a very small room in a suburban area that looked like an industrial estate, but it wasn't in Stockholm.
There might be, sorry to cut across, but we got a taxi for about an hour.
Yes. So we get into the room,
Still.
and it starts with Jürgen playing us a song that he said, we wrote this, me and my friend wrote this when you were meant to be here 3 weeks ago. So we were already starting on the back foot because we didn't know anything about any session from 3 weeks ago. But he seemed to be not peeved about it, but slightly, let's say, initially I thought he was trying to almost take the piss or make it banterful, but obviously it was a high pressure situation because we needed to get the song. So he kept making reference to this session that we'd never been to, and we were starting to get our backs up ever so slightly, and he was kind of getting his back up. It was a bit of a strange situation. So he played the song for us, and me and Connor kind of looked at each other and kind of almost went red in the face and went, how are we going to play this? How are we going to tell this guy that we actually don't like the song and we like to be a part of the process ourselves and we like to actually be involved in the song? As much as the song might work for someone else, it's not for us. So we had to process all of that in about, he played the whole song, and then afterwards Connor kind of went, basically we tried to work it so we could maybe not manipulate the song but utilize some of the song and bring it into a new song. So we started pondering, we kind of slowly said to him that let's work on something else. He was like, okay, fine, I wrote this for you when you weren't here 3 weeks ago, so if you want to work on something, okay, fine, let's work on something. So it was a bit hostile in the room and we started playing something, and he was like, let's use the lyrics I wrote for this song on this song that we're writing now. And Connor just went, no. And he kind of got a little bit antsy about it, and then Connor stood up to the back of the room, and I was sitting in the chair going, oh God, this is not going very well. And bear in mind, this is a really, really small room. So Connor goes,
There's no escape.
this is like 2 meter. It's like 2 meter by 2 meter, with a guy who has like multi-platinum records all over his house. Like you're talking every wall you look at had like Kelly Clarkson, like he drove me crazy, Britney Spears, like insane. So Connor gets up, stands at the back of this tiny room. He's on his phone, and basically he goes, "I'm gonna go for a cigarette," and I was like, "Oh God!" So he left. And then me and Jürgen kind of had a chat, and I was like, look, Connor's gone down to the toilet to write a melody. I know he is. I know that's what he's thinking. He wants to write a song. And he's like, I'm a songwriter. You have to understand. And I said, but I feel like you guys are pushing back on what I'm giving you. And we're like, we like to be part of the creative process. And he's like, I understand that. So let's do that. But we don't have that much time. We've only got a day. And I said, yes. And he said, that's why I have the song. I want to bring the song to you. And I was like, we understand that, but we have ideas of our own. And he said, I understand that. So when Connor came back up after being on the phone with his girlfriend, telling her that I'm leaving, I'm going home, and that's the end of it, the only reason he didn't leave is because I was upstairs and he couldn't leave me. So I'm sitting in this room with this amazing songwriter, and we all became calm. And
you don't have to speak about me like that, Ed.
So he came up the stairs, and all like tempers were still like not flaring, but like no one got overly anxious or over angry. It was just, so we came up the stairs, and Jürgen said, look, we've decided, you need to bring the song and I will help you. And Connor went, I want this to be a collaborative song. I don't want this to be we write it and you help. I want it to be collaborative. And he said,
no,
I'm a songwriter.
Well, what I was saying is, I was like, let's just stop putting like restrictions on this. I said, let's just have fun and write a song. You don't need to say, you sit there and play me something, and I'm not going to turn to you and say the same. I'm like, if I go into a room and I start playing the piano and I sing a melody and then someone adds to the melody, that's a collaborative effort. It's like whatever, And I was like, we just need to stop putting like so much pressure on this. Let's just enjoy the process and let's just write a song. That's like.
But let's so basically Jürgen said, I'm a songwriter, and Connor said, writer too. And I was like, oh god. And he's like, I'm a different animal, blah, 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 like, and then suddenly it calmed down. Jurgen looked at his computer, and then
He
Connor
turned away.
Yeah, he turned away, and it was just a moment of silence. And then Connor went to the piano, and he went, din 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 din, and he was like, and Jurgen just went, I fucking love that. What is that? I fucking love it. And then, honest to
Good,
God,
Jurgen.
Go on, Jurgen.
I don't know. We blinked, and the song was written. It was that quick, and then Jurgen suddenly was like, "Holy fucking shit! This fucking song is amazing!"
Wow.
That's the origin of the story.
What?
It, like it was
Right.
written like that.
Part is we went to, so we got like a chunk of the song down, and like we're in this tiny room, and I was like, can we go for some fresh air? And he's like, you want to go for some food? And I was like, okay. He's like, it's a great place around the corner. Sitting there, we're like eating miso soup, and he's like, I knew I had to piss you off to get the best out of you. And I was like, has this guy been trying to wind me up the whole time? I was like, it's almost like he put me. He's like, he put me-
Psychological mastery.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're just two lads from Dublin, like
Yeah.
Stockholm.
Stockholm's a great city, though, isn't it?
Anywhere we'd say, "Oh, we're over here. We're working on a song for the Irish Eurosong, Eurovision."
Yeah.
They were like straight in, like wanted to know everything.
Love
This is
it.
random people in a bar, like
That's
Yeah.
right. That's kind of like that was kind of
that was like a
partly
bar.
that was kind of partly the reason why I wanted to go over to Stockholm in the first place, is because the country's upset, and I kind of wanted to surround ourselves in that. You know what I mean?
It makes sense.
Then if you talk to people, they feel so excited about it, and I'm like, I totally feed off energy. So feeding off that energy with that excitement was like so inspiring.
Yeah.
I can speak like almost every day now.
Yeah.
Right.
Since that, again, it feels like that respect was born, and then in that small 2x2 room. The last time we sent a group to Eurovision was 2009. That was Sinead Mulvey and Black Daisy. How would it feel for you as a group to go to Liverpool and be on stage with your best mates, or because you've been together such a long time now, and it feels like, I can just tell there's a lot of camaraderie, a lot of great friendship here. So what would that feel like to share that stage with your mates?
Feel like everything.
It would be the best feeling in the world. I think we live to play music. We live to play on big stages. We live to play big shows. We live to just be around each other, surrounded by each other, just having a good time. And I think we're all very proud Irishmen, so to do anything that would represent their country would be such an incredible thing. And also being fans of the Eurovision and being able to say that we're a part of that, I think I think everyone would agree with me. I'd say it would be a total dream come true. Everyone's involved with you, your parents are involved with you, like your grandparents are involved with you, your little cousins know about Eurovision. It's like
People in Tyrone know about you, are following you as well.
honestly, and it's like, so
Go on,
to
Tyrone.
be able to do something like that and have everyone, because we might, let's say, do our own show, and it's like our grandparents might not be able to be totally part of that, but everyone just feels so a part of this. It would just be such an honor to be able to do it.
Yeah. It's not only is it a huge achievement and the sense of the career we have and the stages we've been lucky enough to play, and this is a pinnacle. And I think in terms of the effort we've always put into each other and into our craft and into our individual instruments or songwriting, to bring all of that collaboration together as four mates and represent your country, as Connor said, on a huge stage with such massive viewership, where we get to just hang out with each other while also representing your country and playing an instrument that we all love.
Yeah.
It's a dream come true. It's an exciting time.
I mean, it's hard to top what Cal said there. He's kind of nailed it all. I really think, as Connor said, also alluding to the fact that our families and like my family are gonna have a house party to watch the Eurosong final. Like I remember being a kid, like being so excited about the Eurovision. The Saturday, that feeling of like it's just about summertime. You know, it's like the Eurovision's on, and to be actually on the other side, if we got there, would be the most pinch me moment. And we've had pinch me moments in our career, but this would top them all by a country mile.
Yeah.
Within you, representing your country in any shape or form is an honor of the highest. You can't get higher than that. So I think it really has that extra layer.
And then that's the thing, yeah. Because I mean, if you go on to represent us at the contest, Wild Youth will always have represented Ireland at Eurovision 2023.
And it's crazy.
Yeah.
Just gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
That just gave me
It
goosebumps.
really is. It solidifies internally why you're doing this, and which then encourages, for me especially, another like gear. It's like a step up. Like, right, come on,
Totally.
let's go get this.
Yeah.
Let's get this. Yeah. What? Again, a significant experience of being performing on stage, and with household names, and obviously you toured with Codaline, who I absolutely love. I mean, are you able to give me an idea of what we could expect from Wild Youth on stage? I know that Late Show, the Eurosong's a little bit different, a smaller setup, but are you able to give me any idea of what to expect? It's okay if you can't, by the way. I don't mind.
I think the staging, we definitely have ideas. We have what's kind of an ideal situation if all going according, like if everything went our way and we got to be the band that was going to go to Eurovision. We definitely have a slight vision of what that would be in our head. I just think we're also very need to stay focused on what's kind of in front of us, and that's the Eurosong. So all we're focused on right now is the Eurosong, and we're not building any major stage plans yet for Eurovision because we're not even on that stage.
Yeah.
We focus on the stage that we are going to be on and doing the best performance that we can do on the 3rd of February, and trying to just give the best representation of ourselves, and hoping that that's enough to get us to Eurovision.
Yeah, and just step by step.
But it will be fucking amazing if we get it.
No doubt about it.
Is there anything, I suppose, finally, that you want to say to us here in Ireland who are eligible to vote for you on that final on 3rd of February?
I think if you've watched this podcast, you can see guys who are very passionately Irish, love their country, will be so honoured to represent their country, and you can see from each individual how much it would mean to them, mean to everyone, how much we care about this, how much we want this, how much we want to just represent our country and do everyone proud and everyone around us proud. And if you've seen us, if you've ever heard one of our songs and liked the song, or not liked us, maybe we can make a fresh start. If you've been to a gig or anything, or ever met us in person, anything, it would honestly just mean the world to us. If you could vote for us, if you can't vote for us, if people are talking about us, maybe ask them to vote, or just speak kindly or positively about us as a band, and just try and help us in whatever way you can to get to this competition, because it would be a real dream come true for all of us.
The title's called We Are One. Can you describe, there's 3 words to that, can you describe the song in 3 words?
Big anthem.
Yes, love it.
Nice.
Definitely uplifting big anthem. And if uplifting
And
if uplifting big anthem is your thing, you know to vote for Wild Youth on February the 3rd, which isn't too far from now. And Eurovision 365, and we wish you the very best of luck for that thing.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you for having us.